Alright guys, welcome back to What If Frieza Was Good. It's time to get into the Universe 7 and 6 tournament. Hope you're excited. I know I am. With all that being said, let's get to it. Nappa, Raditz, and Vegeta all began to train on the planet. Train to get stronger, train to get better. And as they were pushing each other, something weird would happen. They would feel a weird presence, like Beerus, but different. Beerus would get up and say, well, it looks like it's him. Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz would be confused, so they would watch, as Beerus would meet Choppa. And Choppa would try to brag about an egg, and Beerus would show him the real food of the 7th universe. And as they argued, the Saiyans just looked at them, confused. They had no idea Beerus had a brother, and that there was another universe. That was a lot to take in. But anyway, Choppa was going to hold a tournament between Universe 6 and 7. So, it was time to get the tournament assembled. Vegeta, Nappa, Raditz, and Frieza were chosen for the Universe 17. And Beerus wanted them to get Kakarot. Since Kakarot is off somewhere, they didn't really know where he was. So, they decided to get Captain Ginyu and Cell's body instead. As all of the team was ready, they went up to the tournament. And as they went there, Vegeta talked to Cabba. Vegeta was interested in Cabba, seeing that he was a Saiyan too, but he didn't really have a tail. But as they were talking, Frieza would look at Frost. It was weird. It was like looking in a mirror. And Frieza was happy. After all, he was a good guy, so Frost must be a good guy too. And he does look like a nice guy, but there was something about him. It didn't really seem right. And the first match was Frieza versus Botamu. As the big yellow bear went down, he would begin to laugh and say, "So, you remind me of Frost. I'm sorry if you're as kind as him, but sadly, being kind won't make it so you can win. It's time I knock you out of the ring, once and for all." As Frieza hit Botamu began to absorb his punch, Botamu said, "See, I absorb all of your hits, all of your ki blasts. It's useless." But Frieza began to laugh. "I've seen your type before. Energy absorption's not really that unique. I thought you would have some unique ability, like to take someone's body. That would be very cool." Botamu would say, What are you talking about?" "Oh, it's nothing. I think it's time I just knock you off the ring." Botamu would say, "You could try," but suddenly Frieza would just blast a bunch of death beams straight into his chest. Even though it blasted off of Botamu, it would still knock him closer and closer to the ring until he fell out. And the winner was Frieza. The next match was Frieza versus Frost. As Frost got ready to fight, so did Frieza. Frieza would say, "You could tell I'm in my final form, so there's really no need to hide it." Frost would sigh and say, "Very well, only makes sense." He would transform to his final form, and they both would begin to battle each other. Things were going well. Frieza was stronger since he trained and learned the value of hard work, but he was still not overwhelmingly overpowered, at least not yet. However, Frieza was still far stronger than Frost. As Frieza and Frost were battling, Frieza wasn't even in his golden form. Frieza said, "Well, you're a great warrior, Frost, but it's time we end this, once and for all." Frost began angry. He could tell Frieza was hiding something, hiding some sort of form or some great technique of power. Even if he wasn't, though, he was going to lose. So Frost cheated. He punched Frieza and stabbed him. As Frieza fell down, everyone was shocked that Frieza lost. He was winning. How could he just lose like this? Frieza was poisoned, but Jocko was watching since they were allied with the Galactic Patrol, and he was unsure about this. The next match was Raditz versus Frost. Raditz was ready. Raditz, his entire life, he was above his brother, but suddenly his brother turned evil, and he was below him, and he didn't really have his time to shine. But he's just as strong as Nappa. He's just as strong as Vegeta, and he will prove that he's as good as them by defeating Frost. Raditz went into the ring, as Frost did too, and they both began to battle each other. But Raditz turned Super Saiyan out of the get-go and punched Frost straight to the floor. Everyone was shocked. This transformation, what was it? At least Universe 6 was. Universe 7 already knew about it. And as they continued the battle, suddenly, Frost would try to cheat, but Jocko would catch him. "He's cheating!" As suddenly the referee would catch him and call him out, disqualifying Frost, as Raditz won. The next match would be Raditz versus Cabba. As Raditz and Cabba both began the battle, Raditz would say, "Not bad. Now show me how powerful your Super Saiyan is." Kaba would say, Super Saiyan, sorry, I don't know what that is. Raditz would be shocked. How could he not know what Super Saiyan was? But then he remembered, his entire race didn't know what it was. It was just a legend until that one fateful day. The one day that they fought Cooler. That changed everything. Raditz would then laugh. Alright, kid. If you don't know what Super Saiyan is, looks like I'll have to destroy you. As then Raditz would grab Kaba up by the neck and begin to choke him, torturing him, saying he'll kill him and his entire family. This made Kaba angrier and angrier and angrier until he turned into a Super Saiyan. As Kaba turned Super Saiyan, he then began to punch Raditz with everything he had, every bit of power, every bit of energy that was in his body. He used it against Raditz. As Raditz laughed, I'm proud of you, kid. Kaba then realized something. Raditz was just acting, that's why he did it. It all made sense now, as suddenly Raditz would charge a double Sunday in his blue form, pushing him off the ring. This got Hit's attention, as the next match was Raditz versus Magetta. Magetta said chugga, chugga, chugga as he jumped onto the ring, and Raditz looked at him. Both of them looked ready. As the match then began, Magetta shot lava after lava at Raditz, but Raditz dodged it all, as Magetta was creating more and more heat for him to pass out. But Raditz didn't know this, as he simply was testing Magetta. However, as time went on, the ring became more and more and more. As the steam rose, Raditz was forced to go into the air, but he began it to heat up more and more. Raditz knew he had to finish this off, so he went into his blue mode and went double Sunday. Magetta tried to block it, but he couldn't. As the double Sunday went straight through him, it destroyed the ring, causing Raditz to be the winner. The next match was Raditz versus Hit. Hit jumped down. Raditz smirked and said, this will be easy. I already defeated your whole team pretty much. Hit says, yes, but you didn't fight me. As Hit gave him a serious look, Raditz also gave him a serious look as the battle began. Suddenly, Raditz would feel a sharp pain to his chest. As Hit did a time skip, Raditz fell down to the floor, but he got back up. He felt the pain reeling through his body, but he knew it wasn't over yet. As Hit hit him again and again and again, Raditz would then grab one of his hands, saying, I did it, I won, but he would just time skip and knock him off the ring. As Raditz was defeated, the next match was Frieza versus Hit. As Frieza stood up on the ring, Hit got ready to battle, but suddenly Frieza would block it. Hit would be shocked. That was impossible. How could he do this? How could he just block it like that? How? Frieza then gave the laugh, says, I can predict your moves. I see that you skip forward in time, so I predict what you're gonna do, then I block it. Hit would try this a couple more times, but suddenly Frieza wouldn't be able to block it as he says, I increased my time skip. You're an interesting fighter, Frieza. I think this will be fun. Frieza then turned gold and charged a Hit, but Hit began to hit him again and again until Frieza used his Kaioken hit across the ring, and they both began to battle each other. The bite was awesome, both of them pushing each other further and further. However, Frieza couldn't use the Kaioken forever. His stamina would eventually run out, and Hit's time skip kept increasing. There was really no way for Frieza to win, except for one. Frieza had an idea, but he was going to risk it. He was going to risk everything on this one move. Frieza would suddenly do Kaioken times 20, as suddenly he spammed Death Beam after Death Beam after Death Beam after Death Beam, but Hit dodged all of them, as all Frieza was doing is using up more and more stamina. Hit says, what are you doing? You're just making yourself weaker, but suddenly, the ring broke below Hit. Use your time skip too much, as suddenly he shot a bunch of Death Beams so he couldn't move, trapping him in. As suddenly, Hit would fall off the ring. You see, Frieza shot off some Death Slicers below the ring, and cut up the ring below Hit, causing him to fall out, causing Frieza to be the winner. As they all cheered, Frieza won, and Universe 7 was proven to be superior. However, as that was going on, Captain Ginyu, as no one was looking, would pick up the phone and put it up to his ear. Yes, Frieza won. It seemed like the Earth will not switch over. Not like it would affect you that much. However, I think it's time we get ready to strike. Kakarot would then laugh and began to say, I've been training for so long in that time chamber, and I feel like I'm strong enough. With the Majin DNA inside me, with your help, and with a special friend's help, we can easily win and destroy them once and for all. Cell would then begin to laugh, as Captain Ginyu agreed with this. It seemed like Kakarot, Captain Ginyu, and Majin Buu and a special friend would try to take them all down. But who was this special friend? Find out in the next episode of What If Frieza Was Good. And that's going to leave things off. Hope you're all enjoying this series. Let me know anything in the comments below. Peace out. Love you all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.